Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me on another one of my Create a Card Mondays. Today's card is using the Jar of Love stamp set along with the coordinating bundle. And I just, when I got this last week, I just knew I had to make a card very soon. It's just absolutely adorable. Now you can find the information about this bundle in our annual catalog right here. So this is the cover of it. If you have not gotten a copy yet and would like one, get in touch with me. I will send one out to you if you currently don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. But if you turn to page 75 in the catalog, you will see here this beautiful stamp set. Let's see, it comes with 37 stamps. So it's a huge stamp set and a great value. And then if you turn to page 192, up here at the top, you will see the framelits that match the stamp set. And here in the bottom right of the catalog on the page 75, you will see that if you purchase the stamp set along with the framelits as a bundle, you'll actually save 10%. So I highly recommend people doing that, especially to save that 10%. But this picture, or this card I should say, is an exact copy of what's in the catalog. I usually, if I case the card, I usually change it up a little bit, but this one was just too adorable that I wanted to make one myself. When I saw this in the catalog, gosh, back in April, I made a mark on this and said, I want to make it as soon as I can. It's actually really simple. It was a lot of fun to do, and that little fish is just too cute. So we're going to go ahead and make this card today. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is cut down a piece of our watercolor paper, and this is a regular A2 size card base, or card front I should say. So it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And what you are going to want to do is to get out your aqua painter and your Pool Party ink pad. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the aqua painter to do a color wash on the front of this panel. There's two ways to get the ink into the lid of the ink pad to do a color wash. The easiest way is just to take your re-inker and to squeeze a couple of drops into the lid, or you can press the lid gently and get some ink in the pooled up in the lid. But I'm going to do the easy way. So what I like to do is just put 1 drop of ink in the lid. And now what I'm going to do is if you haven't ever seen one of our aqua painters, you unscrew the top and then you're able to fill the barrel with water, and then just screw the top back on, and then there's a brush end. And so what you do is you just squeeze the barrel and water drops are going to come out, and then now you can just mix the color with the brush. And if you want it lighter, you can put more water. If you diluted the color too much, just add a couple of drops of the re-inker, and that should do it. And so now what you're going to do is just on the watercolor paper, just brush on some color. It's super easy, and you can go back and forth and make the color a little bit more intense if you'd like. So I'm just kind of doing it all just in the middle, just really random strokes. Okay, that looks good. And then when you're done, just have a paper towel handy, and then you can just get all the color off by wiping it on the paper towel. And then what I like to do is whatever is remaining in the lid, I just like to soak it up with the paper towel. Okay, so we're going to put this off to the side and let it dry. So the next thing you're going to do is go ahead and let's make our card base. And so I am using our thick Whisper White cardstock, and I've already cut and scored it. So this measures 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and I've scored this at 4 1/4. And so just use our bone folder along that score mark to give it a good crease. And now we're going to do our stamping. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the fish. So I'm going to be using Tangerine Tango as this color for the fish. And then I'm going to get out my Stampin' Pierce mat. Because these are photopolymer stamps, I like to stamp on the pad just to make sure that I get a good impression. Okay, and then we'll just stamp it down here. And I'm going to go ahead and do all of my stamping at once and then take this on over to the Big Shot. Okay, so now you're just going to get another scrap of cardstock. And now we are going to use the jar, and there's 3 different size jars in this stamp set. You'll notice the large, medium, and small. We're going to be using the medium size. And I am going to stamp this in Bermuda Bay. So let's go ahead and ink this up. And we're just going to stamp that down here. Okay, and then there's a little water image here. You'll see, let me bring the sample in. You'll see this part right here where the fish is swimming in. So we have that stamp, and we're going to stamp that in Pool Party. And I'm going to tell you a little trick. When I did this the first time, I didn't get the water line where I wanted it. I stamped it a little bit higher. So at the bottom of your stamp, just kind of get it where it comes below this, the first line that kind of shows the bottom of the jar, and you should be good. There we go. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the sentiment also. So I stamped Best Fishes in the middle of the jar, and I'm going to use our basic gray archival ink. Make sure I've got that right side up, and that's just going to go right there in the middle, just like that. Okay, so now what I can do is take this on over to the Big Shot. I'm going to cut out both pieces using the coordinating framelits. So we've got that one, and then the jar, and I'm just so excited that they have framelits that match, because you know me, I can't stand fussy cutting unless I have to. So both of the pieces are done. And while I'm popping these out, I want to remind everybody that I am having my online BOGO event. It started on Saturday and it ends tomorrow. So tomorrow being Tuesday the 14th. So head on over. I will actually link the BOGO information in the description box, but head on over there and see all of these wonderful free items that you can get. Okay, so what we're going to do now, this is dried enough, we're going to go ahead and attach that to our card, and I'm just going to use snail, but I'm actually going to put quite a bit on, more than usual, because I just want to make sure that this is really secure on the card base. Okay. All right, so next we're going to be using our brand new layering framelits, and I am going to be using the second framelit that is in the section with the largest circle. So I had to put my framelits on 2 cards, so I separated the plain circles from the scallop circles, but I measured this, I cut this out in Pool Party, and I measured this, and it's almost 2.5 inches in diameter. So so like I said, this is the largest, so I used the second to the largest in this stack right there. But before I put this on, I'm going to use some of our new washi tape. This is from the Affectionately Yours pack. This is that beautiful copper foil dot washi tape, and I'm just going to have it where it extends all the way across the the watercolor wash and extends over just a little bit. I don't want it that far, so I'm just gonna just tear off a little bit on this side. And I'm kind of putting it up in the top quarter of this section, making sure that that is straight. And one other thing I wanted to let y'all know about is I have a couple more spots open for my Stampin' Club that's going to be starting in July. So if you are interested in joining that club, and the great thing about the club is that you are in it with 5 other people. It's a hostess club, and you are guaranteed to be a host once during that 6-month period, and so you are able to earn Stampin' rewards that you can use towards free product, especially if your wish list for the new catalog is a mile long like mine is. So I will also include that information in the description box. And don't forget, for every person that signs up, you get a free goodie bag from me. The value is up to $25 in Stampin' Up! Product. So once you sign up, I will send that to you. And like I said, it's going to start in July, and I've got a couple of spots left. All right, so that's going to go right there. And then before I put this on the circle, we are going to tie some, oh, there we go, here it is, some linen thread around the jar. So I'm just going to cut off 2 sections of linen thread, and I'm going to tie a bow. So it's going to go all the way around the jar. If I can do this. Okay, so we're just going to tie a bow. I'll tell you, about a week and a half ago, I cut my index finger. I cut my fingernail, I should say, on my index finger on my right hand. I sliced it with a knife, and it went down almost halfway down in my nail bed. And so finally today, I've lost half of my nail, and tying bows really makes it difficult. You don't realize how much fingernails you use when doing these small projects. My nails look horrible. I'm just waiting to go get a manicure until that nail starts to grow more. Not that y'all cared, but it was such a pain. I actually did a pretty good job on camera with that bow. Okay, so we're just going to cut the tails, and I'm going to put a couple of glue dots around this this twine, just so that it doesn't slide around. So what I did in my sample card is I put a glue dot on the back side, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put a glue dot underneath the bow. And I don't know if this is just kind of standing out. Like I said, because of my fingernail, I really can't get a good grip. Whoops, shoot, there we go. I can't get a really good grip, so the bow is kind of looser than, or the twine is looser than I'd like it to be, or if it's just because of that. So if you kind of have that same problem, the glue dots will completely alleviate that problem. Okay, so before we attach this, we are going to take a strip of crumb cake, and I have cut this, if I can get it, there we go. I have cut this down to 3/4 of an inch, and I think this is like 5 inches long. And I'm taking our banner triple punch, and I'm going to turn it upside down. This helps me be able to, because this little channel's 1 inch wide. So I'm just going to turn it over so I can make sure that I've got that centered, and then just punch both ends. There we go. And then from here, we're going to take our snail, and I'm just putting adhesive just in the middle section of the banner, and that's going to go about right there. And now we can attach our jar onto the circle. I'm just putting some snail right there, and I want it to kind of hang off the jar, just like that. And then now I'm going to take a dimensional and put our little fish on right inside the water so it looks like it's swimming. And oh my gosh, guys, if y'all have kind of questioned the stamp set, oh, do I get it? Do I not get it? Oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless with how cute this is. And the framelits, like I said, just are the absolute best. All right, guys, I hope you liked today's project. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And please share this project with your friends on Facebook. Share it with your friends on YouTube. I would love for that. Also, be sure to like my page on Facebook as well as head on over to Instagram. I'm on just about all the social media channels. And then also be sure that you subscribe to my weekly newsletter. I have exclusive content every Friday that you are only able to get if you subscribe to my blog, which is iStampin.com. And then, like I said, if you're interested in finding out more about the iStampin Club, which is the Hostess Club starting in July, that information will be linked below, as well as my buy one, get one free sale that ends tomorrow. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me today, and I will see y'all Wednesday for 3D Wednesday. Bye-bye.